Colorado, so I'm a little cold, so I'm gonna wear my nice warm. Oh, I have my I love winter pants too, because I do love winter, and even though it's the middle of April, there's a foot of snow outside my house right now. So I'm gonna go playing after this. Okay, so let's just stand here with our feet in parallel and just kind of shake out, get grounded, feel your feet into the earth, and breathe. We're just gonna do some roll downs and roll ups, and I'll just count us through it because we're dancers, we like to count. So here we go, we're gonna leave at the top of the head, rolling down 1, 2, 3, 4, roll back up, 1, 2, 3, again, roll down, 1, 2, 3, 4, roll up, 5, 6, 7, 2 more times, and 1, 2, 3, 4, roll up, 5, 6, 7, 8, last time, roll down, 2, 3, 4, roll up, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just roll your shoulders back. Just keep rolling your shoulders, get nice and juicy in those shoulders. And then roll them forwards. If you're at home, maybe you can put on some fun music. But music doesn't really work that well on Zoom. So now we're gonna just step through your foot. So you really want to roll through your foot as you do this. So I'm gonna step and look over my shoulder and step, really get a nice spiral going in the body, looking back, 5, 6, 7. Now step forward, so now reverse it and really curl your spine over, reach towards us in virtual land as you're reaching forwards. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're gonna go to the side. So side, look to the side, your side body opening. You can start getting a nice sway. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do some nice head circles. Slow head circles. And other direction. And now let your torso go with it. So curling over and back. Let your hips move with it. Nice torso circles, big torso circles. And reverse the direction. And now let's tread through our feet. So I'm just gonna come up on the ball of 1 foot. I'm just gonna kind of walk through my feet for 1, 2, 3, 4, and now put both heels down. Bend your knees, come up on the balls of your feet, come all the way up and down. And then we'll reverse it, starting with the other foot. So we'll do each foot 2 times. We'll go right, left, or if you can't figure out how to mirror with me, then just go one side, other side, other side. It doesn't matter. So here we go. We're gonna tread 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your heels down, 5, and pop them up and straighten up. Other side, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Heels down, force arch, up. First side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Force, up, down. Last side, 2, 3, 4. Heels down, and up, and down. So now what we're gonna do is come into a dancer's first position. We're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna have your heels in, toes out. Don't force it. Just make sure that your knees are going right over that second toe. And we're gonna do the whole thing again. You can start to do something amazing with your arms if you like. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down and up. Just do any of your arms, I don't care. 2, 3, 4, and down. First side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, down. Forced arch, all the way up. Last side, 2, 3, 4, down, and up. Stay up there, stay up there. Try not to fall over. Are you arching? Is your butt sticking out? What's going on? And then wiggle it out. Oh yeah, let's do some twists with a turn. So we're just gonna twist. You can just watch it first. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna have fun when we go to the other side and just do a nice little turn on the ground. And then you're gonna go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. On 4, you can turn. And then go back to the first side. Twist. 2, 3, and turn. 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3, and turn. 2. Let's do it one more time to each side. I love twisting and turning because it's fun. And here we go, last side. And twist, 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 and turn. Yay, nice job. Spin your legs nice and wide. You can snug your toes slightly, turn out. And we're gonna bend deeply. It's called a plie, which means to bend. So we're just gonna bend and force arch on one side. So you're gonna go force arch and back up. Other side. You join me now. And we can do our arms all weird. Do whatever you want with your arms. Down, maybe through the center. Ooh, that's fun. You can reverse it. Really get deep into those hips. Keep going for 2 more each side. All right, good job. And then bring your toes in, parallel, arms up to the side. And we're gonna forward fold. Reach your head super far, super far. Come to your 90 degrees, your parallel to the ground. Just hold that, hold it. Fire up your legs. Keep them really strong. And then forward fold all the way to the ground. Put your hands on the ground. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And then just bend deeply into each leg. Bending. Opening up the back body. Walk your hands over to one side, grasping onto that foot, and then bend the opposite leg and pull away. And coming back to center and walking to the other side, holding onto that foot or shin and bending the leg and pull away. And coming back up. And again, just rock your hips side to side here. Shake your head. Bend your knees and slowly rolling up. So now what we're going to do are some little leg swings with, it's going to look like this. I can't remember what it was called right now. So we're just going to go a leg swing out to the front. Then you're going to fall and come back up. And here, then we go on the other side. Swing, fall, swing, up. So we'll go 2 times each side. So we'll go front, 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 front. Then we'll go side, 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 side. And let me show you what the side looks like. The side, you go arms out, and then you're gonna go to the side, and my opposite arm swings under, over my head, and then come back up, and here, and then go side, and Opposite arm is gonna swing under, over your head, and then come up. And try and feel that nice, light suspense, like you're flying when you're at the top, going forwards or backwards. Okay, so we'll go front, 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 side, 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 side. And here we go. And swing, fall, up, and in. And swing, fall, up, and in. First side, swing, up, and up, fall, to the side, and swing, really fall, up, other side, swing, fall, up, first side, and swing, fall, up, second side, swing, fall, and good job, everybody. It's fun to see everybody swinging and falling and flying. So now we're gonna do something called rond de jambe, and that means circle of the leg. So all we're gonna do, you can watch this little sequence. Here, I'll show these legs. My I love winter legs. So we're gonna go, you're gonna point your foot to the front. You're just gonna circle it around, do a little half circle. You're writing the letter D with your leg. Just gonna circle your leg. So everybody now just kind of try that, put your hands on your hips and just do little circles. When you go through the middle, really feel your whole foot on the ground. Feels kind of good. And now put that foot down, try the other leg. Just to get used to that before I give you a little pattern that we're gonna do. Lovely, not rocket science, just a foreign language. So now we're gonna do 3 of those. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna bend my leg, pick it off the ground. It's called attitude. We can give everybody attitude. You're just gonna swing that around. And then, when to the back, I'm gonna try and straighten the leg. And maybe, if you're feeling super still, you can come up on your toes and try and balance. And then we're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. A little bend of the leg, swing it around to the back. And then it's gonna straighten. And maybe you're gonna get so tall, you're gonna levitate, whoops, off the ground. And bring it back. And then we're gonna reverse it and go the other way. So that looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Bend, around, straighten, up, and bring your feet together and down. Okay? Super fun. It's good for your legs. And you can put your hands on your hips or have your hands to the side. However, it's gonna feel good to you. Or if you're like, wow, I am all over the place today, like gravity kind of got turned up or down or something, you can always hold on to a windowsill or a chair if you feel like you're going to fall over. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna put my hands on my hips. And here we go, 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. Your little give me some attitude. And around, straighten that leg and levitate, woo, and come back and down. Other side, 1, 2, 3. Give me your attitude. Bring your attitude to the back, straighten that leg and levitate and down. Reverse, 1, 2, 3. Bring your attitude to the back, bring your attitude to the front. Straighten your leg and levitate. And last side, 1, 2, 3. Give me some attitude. Straighten and up and down. Good job, everybody. Let's just do a nice little leg stretch. Come on down in your, oh, that feels good. The side leg stretch. We're just gonna rock, pointing and flexing here. Back side to side. And then let's go to the other side. Just flex and point. Rocking. And then let's turn it into a low lunge. Oh, Cressie, you have music. Jealous. And let's just do some rocking forward and back here. Opening up our hip flexor and our psoas. And then let's straighten that front leg. And we're gonna point and flex it. Point and flex. And then bring both hands to the inside of that front leg. Come back forwards. So you can go a little bit deeper into that inner thigh. If you're feeling like you need more, you can bring your opposite hand, lift up your back foot, and you can hold on to that. Either bring it in, or I like to really kick away. That really opens up my chest too. And then open it up. Let's go to the other side for a lunge. And come into a lunge. And then let's rock forward and back a little bit. Breathing your chest nice and open, your head long, your shoulders down your back. And then let's straighten that front leg and flex and point it. And then two hands to the inside. And coming in deeper. And then coming back. Let's just come into a nice forward fold again. Stay in your forward fold. Just hang out there. And then slowly rolling up. We're gonna do a few more things here.
Hey, Jocelynn, we're a little over time.
Oh, we are. Oh, I thought I had 25 minutes. That's totally fine. We're good.
We had 15.
Oh, I read it wrong. Cool. Good. We're good then. Let's move on.
I would love 25 minutes of your awesomeness, though. I'm sorry. We love
I must have read the wrong one. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, passing the torch.
All right, you guys. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I'm going to do my best here to make sure you guys can see the majority of me. I believe you can. My head might disappear here and there, but I'll do my best. I'm also going to attempt to do this choreography in this tutu. We will see if it happens. If I take it off, it's because I don't want to get it all wrinkled too much. All right, I'm so excited. Let's get started, you guys. So, Jocelynn, that was a perfect warm-up for what we're going to do. So I'm going to tilt my camera up to start. So again, since we don't have music, I'm just going to give you guys just some raw choreography. I'll do some counts for those of you that like counts. And then if you want to have music playing at your homes in the background, jam it out to what we're about to do. I love it. Please do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and break up this choreography into some chunks. So I'll go ahead and show you the first little chunk, and then we'll go ahead and break it down a little bit. So we're going to do Awkward with the tutu on that one against the wall. That was funny. All right, so that's our chunk one. So again, Jocelynn warmed us up really well for this. So we're gonna start out with our feet about hip distance apart. I'm just standing in a basic parallel position, so my toes are pointing forward. So we'll do some of this choreography, we'll be standing, and some of it will be on the ground. So I have a yoga mat down here because I have a wood floor, and that's a lot on my knees. So if you have a wood floor and want to grab a yoga mat, that's great. But I think most everyone, whatever you had for Jocelyn's warm up will probably work for this. So we're going to go ahead and roll our head to the left. Make this big and juicy, big and dramatic. And then as the head comes over to the right side, the head's going to bring your torso forward. So it's like a big dramatic forward fold. Exactly, just like that. So let's do that one more time. So we have head roll and drop. Perfect. All right, so we're going to do like what I like to call a little snake as we're coming up. So we're going to lead with the head and kind of make a weird little S shape as we stand up. So I'll demo that one more time from the ground. So I'm here. I'm going to turn my head to my right, and as I scoop my head up, my ribs and then my hips are going to follow. So I'm kind of making this snaky type of move there. So again, it's just nice and gooey. So let's do that one more time from the top. So we have head, drop, snake. Yeah. Any questions? No? Guys good? Awesome. All right, so let me add on a little bit. So imagine you're getting a big scoop of one of your favorite things. For me, that's ice cream. So I just came up, and as I'm coming up through my snake, I'm gonna pick up my left leg, and my opposite arm is gonna reach and cross over. Now, if it's easier for you to mirror me, so do the opposite than I'm doing, please do that. I'll try to cue leg, opposite arm, as opposed to right and left, so that way I don't confuse you guys too much. So please feel free to mirror me if that would be easier. So we just come out of our snake. So the direction you're snaking to, you're gonna scoop that arm, pick up that opposite leg, cross that leg over, and this arm is gonna continue that motion and reach out. Okay, I think I just saw someone post something. Just going to request that. Perfect, awesome, yay. So yes, please mirror me. I think I've had several students ask me the same thing with all my online classes, and it's easier for them. So that works for me. So let's do that one more time from the top. So we have head roll, 2, 3, 4, drop down 5, snake it up 6, scoop 7, 8. Yeah? So from here, from our little scoop, we're gonna make a little shelf, and we're gonna lie our head on our shelf. It's all very fluid. Everything kind of connects one thing to the next. So again, we just snaked up. We're gonna scoop same side arm, opposite leg, cross it over, shelf, head drops. From here, my arm down by my side is gonna reach long and then up. So almost think about the, what do you call those, hands of the clock, tick-tock. Yeah, awesome. And that part's a little bit sharper, so we're gonna play with some kind of fast and slow movements as well to kind of play with dynamics. So this first part's slow, head roll is slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, this is quick, drop it 5, this is slow, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. So this is and 3, so it's very quick. Boom, boom. From here, the arm that's creating that shelf, I'm gonna bring that arm overhead. So I'm gonna show you guys the next bit of choreography from here. And I'm going to turn toward my back leg and melt. So it's kind of like a little soutenu, a little turnaround. So again, if you get confused, turn towards your back leg. So if you're mirroring me, for most of you, that should be your left leg. My right leg's in the back. Because if you try to turn toward your front leg, you're gonna fall over. So that's another fun way to figure it out. Only one way really works. So again, we're here. You can also think about turning toward the arm that's straight initially. And then, so we're up on our toes, and then I'm gonna lower my heels, I'm gonna bend my knees, and my arms are gonna melt. From here, we're gonna do almost like a little breath. So the elbows are going to lift, and then we're gonna come all the way down, which I'll show you guys in a second. So let me show that real fast from the scoop. So we have our scoop, table, head, boom, boom. This arm's gonna come up, we're gonna soutenu and melt arms down. Yeah? So we're gonna add a little bit more to that little lift. And again, I love it when my students get creative. So if you wanna kinda add your own little style and flair to this, I love that, please do that. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. So as I'm melting, I'm gonna drop my head down, and then as my elbows lift, I'm gonna look up. Yeah, and that's just adding a little aesthetic. You totally don't have to. You can stare down everyone, stare down the audience the whole time if you want, or hide your head the whole time. So before I move on, any questions? Can I put on white socks or take off the black leggings? I can try. Maybe barefoot, maybe?
Yeah, just can't see your feet, so when your legs are crossed, it's hard to tell where.
Gotcha. I'll just go barefoot.
Yay, thanks.
Do not have any white socks on me at the moment. I know we're short on time, so. See the feces now? Yay, all right, perfect. Thank you for asking that. All right, you guys, let's do it from the top again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, drop it down, 5, snake it 6, 7, 8, scoop 1, shelf 2, head 3, turn 4, milk it 5, 6, breath 7, 8. Yeah? Was that better with the feet? You guys can see my feet a little bit better, hopefully. Yeah, perfect. I swear half of my wardrobe is black. I've realized that since COVID. So, hence I wore a brighter leotard today. One more time or move on? One more time. Got it. All right, here we go. So I'll go ahead, for those that are not counters, I'll go ahead and just call out what we're doing this time around. So again, standing in a nice wide parallel, we have head roll and drop. Snake it, scoop it, shuff, head, tick, tock, soutenu, melt, elbows, down. Yeah. And again, you can do kind of funky stuff with that. I was just doing a little lift. If you want to do one at a time, if you want to get the torso involved a little bit more, again, please be my guest. That's what's fun about choreography. I like to get choreography put on me and then kind of make it my own. It's really fun. So, all right, we're gonna add on just a little bit, okay? So from here, we just did our little, so if you're mirroring me, your left leg should be in front, my right leg's in front. So from here, I'm gonna tilt my camera down just a smidge because we're about to go down to the floor. So we're here. So I'm going to reach the same arm of the leg that's in front. Again, this is right for me, left for most of you to the floor. The leg that's in the back is going to come onto a forced arch. So if that bothers your knee, you can always lower the heel down. So again, I'm going to show this next part real fast. So we're here, 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 and we're going to slide out. So I will also back up my mat a little bit, so hopefully you can see my feet better on the wood floor. So again, we're here. I'm reaching hand, opposite foot. Again, you can stay on flat or go up on releve. Then my other knee is gonna slide out. So I'm still bent on this knee, and then my free arm is gonna reach up with my hip, and then lower. So let me show that from the soutenu. So we're here, we turned, we're here. Little breath, down, hand, foot, slide, up. Yeah, and again, you can kind of be dramatic with that arm. I'm gonna look away with my head. If you wanna look up, create a different aesthetic, go for that. Questions on that? No? All right, you guys are crushing this. Let's do it, I'll tell you what, let's do it from the top. Actually, no, let's do it from the soutenu. So Again, we have our little shelf, arm, arm, and then Tutu, and melt, breath, hand, foot, slide up. Yep, awesome. Let's go ahead and try that from the top. Fantastic. We still have about close to 15 minutes left. So let's go ahead and start. So again, my head's gonna disappear just so you guys can see my feet for this later part. But again, it's just the head roll. So let's start it. Everybody together. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have head roll. 2, 3, 4. Drop it. 5. Snake it. 6, 7, 8. Scoop 1. Head 2. Arm 3. Tutu 4. Lower 5, 6. Breath 7, 8. Hand 1. Leg 2, 3, 4. So that's really a very smooth motion. So hand, foot, slide, and then you just keep growing up to that slide. Questions on that floor part?
I currently can't see your video. Oh, you're back.
Oh, I'm back. All right, any questions on that floor part, you guys? No? All right, yeah, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the little chat. But it looks like everybody's good, so let me add a little bit more. So we just did hand, foot, slide up. From here, I'm gonna lower my hips and pull my arm down. So it's almost like I just reached for something and I grabbed it and I'm pulling it in. Yeah, so I'm just lowering down onto my hip here. And again, this is where my tutu might blend in a little bit with the floor, so I'll take it off real fast so you guys can hopefully see some of this floor work better with my legs. So again, we just did our little, oops, wrong leg, reach and pull. From here, I'm going to, so the knee that's bent, I'm gonna lean down toward the ground and kick it. Yeah. So we just had a sharp, sharp. So we just went from being really ooey gooey to very sharp and very quick. So again, playing with some fun dynamics there. So let's go over that from the melt. So here, breath, hand, foot, reach, up, pull, kick. Yeah? Questions on any of that? No? Okay. Let me add just a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and go back from the top. Make sure we don't forget any of that. So, we just had our kick. This leg is gonna drop in front and then swing to bring me in to face the side. So I'm just in a little like huddle position. Knees are bent and we're here. So again, how I got there. So I just did my press up. I pulled down whatever I pulled down. I kicked the leg, and that leg's gonna suspend for a second, and then we're gonna drop it, and it's gonna pull us in. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap my arms around my shin, drop my head. So I'm kind of in like a little huddle position. Show that one more time from the crisscross. So we're here, hand, foot, slide, pull, and I'm going ahead and lowering my right hip all the way down to the ground, or left, again, if you're mirroring me. Kick, drop, pull it in, up. Yeah? Sorry, someone's vacuuming outside my apartment right now, so if it's a little loud, I apologize. Okay, cool. Hopefully no one can hear it. All right, let's run it from the top, and then I'll ask if there's any questions, and if not, we'll add a little bit more choreography, and then that will be our little dance for today. So, standing parallel, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Head roll 1, 2, 3, 4, drop 5, snake at 6, 7, 8. 1, Drop the head 2, arm 3, Tutu 4, drop it 5, 6, 7, 8. Hand, foot, slide, reach, 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 pull, kick, hold, drop, in, poke. Yeah? So again, that leg that kicked, that's what's initiating our little huddle. It drops down, so it's almost like one of those ronde-jambs that Jocelynn was doing in the warm-up. We're just lying on our side. So it drops forward, it swings around, and then pulls in. Yeah? Let me add on, actually, make sure there's no questions. No questions? No? Okay, yay. All right, a little bit more floor. Floor work is fun. I think floor work is fun. So we're in our little huddle. From here, I'm gonna reach my arms and my legs away from each other. So we're doing a little bit of an ab workout here. So again, I'm pulling in, and then I'm gonna reach away and then fall over my legs. I'll scoot back just a little bit. So I'm here, I'm gonna reach and then fall. And again, that's just like a dramatic fall over the leg, yeah? So again, we're here, and again, I'm thinking about pushing something away from me. It's almost like a hover moment, and then you fall, okay? From the fall, we're going to roll up through our spine. And again, if you're mirroring me, you'll take your right leg. So I'm going to cross my left leg over and then come over onto my knee. So I was seated, I fell over, I rolled up. So the leg that's furthest away from the audience, if you want to think of it that way, is just going to cross over. I'm taking my opposite hand to push, and we're just turning around, so now we're on our knee. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing too crazy. We're just getting a way to get off the floor here, since we all have different floors. So if you don't have a floor that allows you to turn very well, it's an easy way to get off the floor. So again, we just dove forward, rolled up, crossed, and then pushed. From here, we're going to contract. So you're going to imagine that someone punched you in the stomach, and you're going to reach and pull in. And then from here, I'm going to step into the foot that's on the floor, and my arms are going to continue behind me as I stand up. Yeah? And that's it. That's the whole thing, you guys. That's the whole thing. Yay. Yeah, I thought that'd be fun. I tried to do some standing stuff, some floor stuff. So let me go over all of that from, let's see, from the leg kick, just for the new bit. So let's all go over that together. If you want to watch me do this real quick, you can watch as well, because we're going to do it again. So I'm down here. I have that leg kick, and then it's going to drop in front of me. It's going to swing me around. I'm just going to follow that leg. We're going to huddle, hug. We're going to reach, and scoot so you guys can see, collapse. And then again, we're going to roll up through our spine like again we did in our warm-up. We're going to cross. Actually, let's do cross, hand, push. So that way the hand and the arm go one at a time. From here, we have our little contraction. And then from here, my arms are just going to drop down and sweep back behind me as I stand up. So from the contraction, we're here. And I'm just dragging my back leg behind me. You can lower it down, ideally point that foot. But do what feels good to you, yeah? Any questions on that last floor part? No? Awesome, you guys are amazing. All right, let's run it from the top, maybe like 2 or 3 times, and that should, if I remember the timing correctly, should conclude our choreography section. So let's start it from the top. Again, I'm more worried about you guys seeing my floor part, so my head's gonna disappear here, I apologize for that. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, head roll, 2, 3, 4, drop, 5, snake at 6, 7, 8, scoop 1, head 2, arm 3, suit to new, lower, and elbow release. Hand, foot, slide out and lift, lift, pull the arm in. Kick, hold, drop, pull it in, hug, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Drop 2, roll 3, 4, leg crosses 5, hand 6, to the knee, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, stand up, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that little contraction to the stand up is nice and slow, nice and easy. And again, if you want to add more upper body or anything with that, please feel free to do that. So this is where it might be fun, if everyone, for whoever wants to put some music on in your own space. Again, if you don't have the means to do that, I'm not going to be putting music on. If you want to just put a tune on and kind of jam out with this choreography to it, go for it. Otherwise, we're just going to run it again from the top, all of us. So if you are slightly quick, faster, or slower than me, if you're playing with music at home, totally fine. I'll give us a few minutes to wrap up, yeah? So I'll give a generic timing, but please do your own timing if you want. So let's start it from the top, dancers. Here we go. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Head roll. And drop. And snake. And scoot. Make your shelf. Head. Arm, arm, turn. And down. Elbow lower. Hand, foot. Slide it out. Press the hips up. Reach, pull it down. And kick. Hold. Lower, pull it in, hold, and hug, and push, fall, roll it up, cross, hand to the knee, contract, suspend it, and lower, and stand up. Yeah? How'd that go? Good? Yeah, was that fun? All right, let's do it. I think we have actually time. I just checked the time. I think we have time to do it one more time. So if you guys have one more in you, let's do it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pass the torch over. So again, if you'd like to put some music on, go for it. Have in the background. Otherwise, let's just dance it out. Here we go. Last time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Head roll. Down. Slide up, down, oops, down, push, left, cross, contract, and stand. Yes, awesome job, you guys. You all look so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun doing that. That was amazing. All right, so I am going to go and pass the torch to the lovely Janelle, who is going to take us through some improv, which I'm seriously stoked for.
Hi, everybody. This is Janelle. Hopefully you can see me. Miss Cressie, should we take a quick water restroom break real quick?
Yes, thank you for asking that, Janelle. That is a great idea. Now it's probably better than later. I am definitely sweating from that.
So let's take like 3-ish minutes, grab some water, use the restroom if you need to. I'm gonna use the restroom and then I'll be right back. And then we'll do some improv. It'll be super fun. Yay.
Yay, thank you, Janelle. And I'm gonna just take this moment to do my little spiel about donations. These are free classes, but we are so grateful for every donation that comes in. If you are able to donate and feel like donating, we're super grateful for it. We can do that through PayPal or Venmo. Venmo is at Cressie May. PayPal is cressiemay@gmail.com. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Love to see your faces and all your beautiful tutus. And at the end of class, if there's anyone who wants to volunteer that has a good Zoom account that could take a screenshot of us in our outfits with everyone, that'd be awesome. I only can see 9 people at a time. So I'll bring that up again at the end of class.
Okay, I'm gonna give people just another minute to take care of your little human needs. Hopefully everybody else is feeling as warm as I am. And then if everybody, when you get back, can come a little close to the camera, I have a few just like yes, no questions for us before we get started on improv. So I would love to be able to see folks' faces for just a minute.
I'm running to the bathroom right now. Janelle, we can take like another minute or two because actually Casey did a really good job of landing us on time and I built in 5 minutes for break. So
Good job, Casey. Okay. Oh, great. Then there's no rush.
Hello, YouTube. I'm going to go pee now.
Okay. Ooh, I see more faces and fewer empty living rooms. This is exciting. Hi, team. Okay, great. So, hello, I'm Janelle. I have a couple of quick questions for us before we do our 20-minute improv section. My first question, and then when you answer this, please answer either with a thumbs up for yes, a thumbs down for no. If there's some other gesture that you would like to use to indicate some complex answer, that's also totally fine. Please hold your thumb for a moment until I say okay, because I have to scroll through to see everyone's face, so I want to see everyone's response. So first question, who here has done dance improv before in your life? Cool, I'm scrolling, cool. We have a mix, which is fantastic. And then folks whose cameras are off, I can't see your answer, but I'm gonna trust that it's a good one. Oh, hey, Alex. This is the thing I have right before your lesson that I told you about. Good to see you. Awesome, okay, you can put your thumbs down. My next question is, who is able to play music in the background in your own space? Okay, awesome sauce. It's most of us, good. All right, so a little quick spiel. Having music will really, really help. There is no particular music that you need to use. You can pick your favorite song, the song that you like to move to. If you cannot play music in your current space, I want you to use other ambient sounds to direct your movement. That'll make a little more sense later. So if you can hear the snow melting outside, if you can hear yourself breathing, if you can hear your neighbor, if you can hear somebody typing on their keyboard, that's gonna be your music. It's a little avant-garde and like contemporaire, but it's gonna be really cool, okay? So you have sounds to help guide your movement. Improvisation can feel very vulnerable. And for a lot of us, this is a time when feeling vulnerable feels less safe even than usual. And so please kind of take good care of yourself, step up, step back. You do not have to do any of the prompts that I give. You are more than welcome to lie on the floor and feel your feelings during this time if you need to. So really this is as much or as little movement and as much or as little engagement as feels comfortable for you. So that's really important that we just feel safe and comfortable in this section, because it should feel nice and fun. And if it's not feeling nice and fun, do it differently. So that said, go ahead and put on your favorite jam, whatever you like to move to. I'm gonna move us through a series of prompts. If at any point you're kind of at a loss for movement, you're also more than welcome to lean back and rely on the really lovely choreography that Casey just taught us. Since that's fresh in your body, that can be a great thing to keep yourself moving so that you can find your next movement from there. So feel free to lean heavily on that or any other choreography that you already have in your soul. Our first prompt is going to be a sensation of heaviness. Every part of your body is heavy. So you're gonna go ahead and stand on up, find your space that you're gonna be working in. You can start standing or on the ground. And we're just gonna take a few minutes moving with either our music or our ambient sound, really trying to embody and feel and demonstrate heaviness. Here we go. And as you're heavy, you might find that there's actually one particular body part that's heavier than the rest. Maybe your left hand is the heaviest part of you, and you have to try to navigate that somehow. Maybe it's your head, or maybe it's your knees that are heavy. Play with moving your heaviness around in the body, not worrying about what it looks like, focusing instead on how it feels. Good. And then let your heaviness bring you to a position of stillness. And just breathe for a moment in stillness. And then when you're ready, our new prompt is a sensation of lightness. And once again, maybe there's one body part that's lighter than the rest. You can let your movement, or excuse me, you can let your music lead you here. If you don't have music, that's all right. Use the sounds that you can hear in your environment. I can hear my refrigerator is helping me be light. And again, maybe you've got a light head or a light foot. Maybe your butt is really light. That would be actually really interesting. Let's see. Really noticing the use of the chest and the rib cage to feel and to demonstrate lightness. It's the only part of our body that we can inflate like a balloon. And so it's a natural place for lightness. Notice any emotion that comes up as you're being light. Does moving lightly make you feel light? Does it make you feel joyful, hopeful, excited, eager, something else? And just notice it. And if you like the emotion that's coming up, you can lean into that to guide your movement as well. Give a facial expression, tell a little story. A few more moments for lightness. And then go ahead and come to a still position here. Beautiful. You guys are doing fantastically. I really love how much folks are leaning into this. Go ahead and look around in your room and see if you can find any object. Doesn't have to be a meaningful object. Mine is meaningful because it has like an inch of coffee left in it. And for the next prompt, this object is the most important thing in the world. And we want to show its importance in how we move with it and around it. Here we go. Notice what you're doing to show importance. Are you looking at the object more? Are you gesturing as you would in a conversation, right? Wow, look at this thing. If you're digging the importance, you can stick with this for a little longer. If you're ready for a change, same object, but now it is disgusting and scary. How can you show disgust with your movement? It's easy with your face. What do you do with your body to show disgust? Good. And you can go ahead and set your object aside if you're ready. We're going to move into a slightly different set of cues. Awesome, this is great. Good. So for this next one, we're going to start using different systems of the body to inform and guide our movement. So the first, Cressie says she almost chose her toaster. That'd be amazing. I'm here for that. First one that we're going to do is the breath. And this is a pretty accessible body system. We notice our breath a lot as movers. We are accustomed to moving with our breath. So you can start in a seated position or in a lying down position, but you want to start in a still and comfortable position for the body. And at first, just notice your breathing. It might be a little quick or a little deep because we've been doing some work. And you don't have to change the breathing, just notice how it starts to move your body, right? So again, your ribs may be expanding, your chest may be lifting, and now we're going to start to exaggerate the effect of the breath on the body. The things that naturally move as we breathe are going to continue to move, but even more, and we're going to let that start to move other parts of the body as well. Remembering we're not doing an impression of breathing, we really are breathing and taking the impulse of the breath and letting it fill more of the body than it normally does. It's very hard to talk and do this at the same time, but you guys are doing great. Beautiful. And if this moves you out of your seated position or your lying down position, great. If you're still in a position of relative stillness, also great. Do what's feeling nicest for your body. This is almost like a massage. If you have a wall or the floor that you can use to exert some pressure on the body, experiment with what it's like to breathe against a solid object. Does it move you away from the object and into the object? Is there a part of your body that you want to press into something right now as you breathe? Good. If working with the breath is feeling awesome and you want to continue with that, you're welcome to. Our next prompt is going to be venous blood. So I know that sounds kind of strange and maybe a little gross, but our venous blood is the blood that runs through our veins, and it's the blood that is going back towards the heart and the lungs. So it runs smoothly and slowly through our veins. It could even be almost sluggish depending on how much movement we've been doing. So pause for a moment. Your breath can help you here. And try to tune into that slow, steady movement of venous blood. And see if you can replicate that in your movement. Maybe it's liquid and soft, fluid. Maybe it's also heavy and sluggish. It's tired. It's already used up. It's looking to go back for a rest and to get replenished. Beautiful. If you're digging venous blood and you want to stay with that, or if you want to go back to any of the other prompts, that's also totally fine. I can't make you do anything because I'm in my living room and you're in your living room. If you're ready for the next prompt, it's going to be your arterial blood. So it's like the opposite of our venous blood. This is the blood that's fresh, full of oxygen, full of energy. It's being pumped energetically into the body in spurts. So this might have more of a jumping, more of a spurting, more of a light and energetic feel, but it is still a liquid, so play with that. See what you can find that goes with your heartbeat. This one is fresh. Good. Keep working with venous blood for just another moment. Beautiful. Good work, you guys. This is so lovely. Fantastic. And we have only one more prompt. If you're loving the blood prompts, if you love the breath prompt, if you still have a very important object, wherever you're at is totally fine. This is for you, right? Last one, if you want it, is going to be any part or some part of your body has to always be touching some other part of your body. It could be hand has to be touching something, or foot has to be touching something, and it can change over the course of the exercise, right? You can switch the part that's touching, but make sure there's always some contact between one part of your body and the other. And you can also use this to notice, especially if you're quarantined by yourself, if there's any part of your body that just really wants to be touched. See if this can get you curled up real small. How much of your body can you touch with the rest of your body? How much contact can you create just in yourself? Maybe you're passing that touch around your body from one part to another. Maybe you've created a loop of touch. And then when you're ready, come on back to your camera. I have lost track of time. Cressie, are you on top of it and have a time check for me? I apologize. I know that I had 20 minutes, but I didn't notice when I started.
You're great. That was perfect.
Okay, wonderful. You guys think, I hope that that felt as awesome for you as it felt for me. I really, really appreciate you doing that. I'm gonna stick around just for a couple minutes after class because Alex is here, so she knows. She's my private lesson after this. But if anybody has questions or wants to like talk about anything that came up for you during that, like we can take a few moments if need be. Thank you so much, y'all. Wonderful, wonderful job. I'm gonna pass it to Cressie for cool down. You have your work cut out for you, Cressie.
All right, so quick question. I have music playing in the background. How's that coming through on your end?
I can hear it. I can tell that it's playing, but it doesn't sound musical. It just sounds like sounds.
Is it distracting if I leave it on while I do my thing?
For me, it's fine. Speaking for myself, it's okay. I don't know for other folks.
Great. Give me just 1 second, guys. Get a sip of water, catch your breath, and then we'll cool down together. Okay, great. Thank you so much, coaches. That was amazing. Casey, that dance was super fun. I recorded myself doing it and I totally changed a lot of the choreography when I went back and watched it. But that was awesome. The improv was so good. I think my favorite exercise was that last one there. I've never thought about that prompt, but always having a point of contact. And that was really cool. So going off of the improv feel, we're gonna start our cool down with an exercise that I call strancing. And it's one of my favorite forms of movement because it really honors your body and where you're at right now and what you need. And it allows you to tap into whatever music you're playing if you're playing music. Now, if you're not playing music, that's totally okay. Same thing, you just listen to your body. And so this is a form of improvisational movement as well. But what you're going to do is you're going to find places that your body needs to stretch. And you're gonna move through those stretches through dance. So for example, I will often start down like this and then start moving through this stretch. So the idea is that I'm keeping movement going and I'm stretching through all of my muscles and my limbs and my joints and pushing through in all the places that it feels really good to do it. Don't forget about your toes. Okay, so forced arch is really nice in your strancing. Don't forget about your fingertips. You can really stretch into your fingers. There's no rules to this. Okay, so just put on some music if you have it. And we're just gonna take a few minutes. I'm not gonna talk. I'm going to turn my microphone off, put my music up, and we'll all take just about 2 to 3 minutes to try this concept of strancing. So you're basically just going to move through your body in whatever ways feels good, using the weight of your body to stretch. Any questions before we start that? Okay, I'm not seeing any questions come up, so go ahead and turn your music up and unmute if you have a question, and just take a couple minutes to experiment with this concept. If anyone is finding themselves a little lost in this, take a minute to look at other people, look at me, see what people are doing and be inspired. guys are doing so fabulous. Yes. Start to bring that to a slow and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I'll give you like 20 seconds to find yourself there and just take a minute to reconnect with your breath. Yes, so I'm curious to know in the comments at some point how that was for you. This is one of my favorite ways to start my day. So while I'm sitting here talking to you, you're gonna work on getting your breath back, okay? You can take some gentle seated twists if you'd like here. You can do some nice neck rolls, shoulder stretching, still staying in your body and doing what you feel like you need right now. And I just want to share that earlier this week, I got a video sent to me of one of my students who's 7 dancing her heart out, and it was really inspiring. And then my favorite artist, The Human Experience, put up a playlist, and I put that on. And between the 2 pieces of inspiration, I found myself dancing for about 45 minutes. And it really, really, really lifted so much of the heaviness that I've been feeling and reignited a part of my fire and passion and love for movement just by letting myself move with no rules and just feel into my body. So that's something I've wanted to share with people for a long time. And I hope to host parties someday where we can get together in the morning and trance. Now that we've all gotten our breath back, let's go ahead and find a nice comfortable straddle. Nothing too crazy. This is a guided stretch cool down right now. If you're a movement artist and you have your own preferred way to kind of close out this session, please do that. This was a very vulnerable and open class. So I really want to invite people to do what feels right for them and follow along with me if that's what feels right. From here, we're just going to place our hands on the inside of our legs, and we're going to think about arching our low back and pulling our chest and heart forward. Some people may struggle with their straddle and have a very rounded low back, so this is a good practice to try and help straighten that curve out. This is going to look different for everyone. If this feels good for you and is easy, I want you to start walking your hands down your legs, still looking out, trying to bring your chest all the way to the floor. If you can move your straddle to a more comfortable position. Otherwise, if straddle is not very accessible to you, you'll just stay up at the top. If you come down to the bottom and this feels good for you, you can do a couple little pulses here, and I want you to really engage your quads here and your butt so you're protecting everything. Good. And then we'll just go ahead and come down. You can round your back now if you'd like, and just take a really deep breath into your upper chest here. Good. Place your palms on the ground and start to roll yourself back up, head coming up last. Nice. You can do another little push here, really extending the head back, pushing through the whole spine. And now let's curl and extend. So we're just going to go through this a couple times with your breath. So exhaling, inhaling. Good. Go ahead and shake the legs out a little bit. We're going to stay in here for another second, another minute. Okay, find a comfortable straddle again. We're going to reach up and over to our side. If you are able to flex your foot and grab the toes, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, wherever you're at, no matter how far over you can go, I want you to use your bottom arm to press into the floor and twist your chest open towards the ceiling. You can use the concept of looking under your armpit to help find that motion. Now you're going to turn towards that leg. Just get your torso as squared off with that leg as possible, and then lower to wherever you can. Feel free to let your head hang heavy here. Good. Now sit up, put your hands on either side of that leg and just do a couple point and flexes of the toe. Now you can't see my feet, but I'm sure you guys probably know what I mean by that. Good. Take our arms up, wide, across. Okay, big hug. Yay. Really honor yourself here. Give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows. Remember which arm is on top, because it's going to be the opposite next time. Big open, turn to the other leg. And come on down, head heavy. Sit up, hand on either side, and we're going to just point and flex here. Arms up, open, other arm on top. Just hug yourself for a second, shake it out. Lift the elbows and take the deepest breath you can take. And try and spread your shoulder blades. Take another deep breath, and on the exhale, drop your arms. And shake out your shoulders. Awesome. Go ahead and rock your feet back into a pike shape. Hands by your side. We're just going to point and flex. Feet at the same time. Then we'll switch. Pointing one and then the other. Good. Arms up. Now here I want you to do that same kind of extension we were doing before in the low back, and then curl. Extend and curl. Extend and curl. Now I want you to find a comfortable extension, nothing too crazy, and try and keep that long length through the fingertips as you reach out over your legs as far as you can go. I want you to stop as far as you can go with a straight back. Take a breath there, and then you can grab your legs and round over. Only round over if and when you need to, so take it as far as you can. If you're all the way up here, that's okay. Just let the head hang heavy. Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll up from that. Let's go ahead and find ourselves lying on our backs. Legs flat on the floor. We're going to take one leg and bend that leg. We're going to take that same side arm, lay it out straight to the side in a T. We're going to take our opposite hand to that knee and pull our leg over for a spinal twist, but we're going to keep our gaze out over that straight arm. Good. If you'd like to, you can straighten that leg for an extra stretch. That's really intense for me, but it feels good right now. If your leg is straight, you can swim the leg up and down. If it's bent, just go ahead and bring it over. Bend your other knee. That same side arm goes straight out. Look out over those fingertips. Take your opposite hand to that knee and pull it across for a spinal twist. You can straighten the leg here if you'd like. Rainbow that leg up if it's straight, or just bring it over if it's bent. Good. Take your knees into your chest, give it a hug. We're just going to do a little bit of rocking here. I almost rolled all the way over like a turtle. Let's take one leg out and keep the one knee in and switch a couple of times on each side, really pulling that knee in as far as you can. Yes, good. We'll go ahead and sit up again. We're going to do a seated spinal twist. So go ahead and bend your bottom leg so that the knee is on the floor. You're going to take your top bent leg over that one. The opposite hand's going to reach over that top bent knee. Your other hand's going to reach behind you, and you're going to twist here. You're going to think about extending up straight through your spine on the inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to think about taking that twist just a little bit deeper. Good. And we're gonna take that knee, give it a hug. Lots of reasons to hug ourselves these days. Yay. And now we're gonna create a little baby. So put the arch of your foot into the opposite elbow. Reach the arm across and grab your shin. Your knee is gonna go in the other elbow, and your hands are gonna meet on your shin. I'm gonna give it a nice little rook here. Yes. Nice little leg baby. If you'd like to, you can take a stretch here. Bring it across. I would put my opposite hand down for support here. One more little hug in. Straighten that leg. Do one little bend over it. Take a breath there. And we'll switch to the other side. That top, both legs are crossed over each other. That top knee is pointed up towards the sky. Opposite arm comes across. Free arm is going to reach behind you for your twist, extending up through the spine on the inhale and twisting deeper on the exhale. Bring that knee in for a hug. We love you. All right, now we cradle. Arch to elbow pit, knee to elbow pit, hands meet at the shin, and we rock. I really enjoy seeing you guys do this one. It's really cute. Okay, if you would like to, you can straighten that leg. Take it across. Woohoo! Yeah. Wow, I feel that one. Let's place it down on the ground. Just a little bend over it. I like to do a couple little pulses there. Good. All right. Let's do one last thing here. If you have socks on, go ahead and take them off. We did a lot with our feet today. So we're gonna do some of my favorite things that I've learned from Leah. Yes, hello feet. Learned this stuff from Leah in some of her aftercare workshops. So first we're just going to give our feet a little massage using our thumbs. So wherever that feels good, I like to go into the arch and really press through with the thumb. Give that some nice love. I'm going to explain the next thing, but go ahead and keep massaging while I talk about it. You can either grab the ball of your foot and just kind of move it around. I like to, you want to support the arch with your other hand. But if you're able to thread the fingers through your toes, like so, yeah, that will feel even nicer, but that might not be accessible to everyone. That's kind of a freaky, weird place to have flexibility. So you're either just gonna move that around or you're gonna thread the fingers. Make sure you go both directions. The more I do this, the better it feels too. Good. Now we're gonna do the toe splits. So you'll do front, back a couple of times, and then you'll split them open like this, okay? Again, only if that feels good to you. If this feels absolutely wretched, go back to just massaging your foot. Work your way all the way down your toes. And then the last thing we'll do is just squeeze the toe and pull out. I'm actually keeping my other thumb still pressed into my arch, so I'm still kind of massaging it. Excellent. And then go to the other side. So again, we'll massage. I want to thank everybody so much for being here today. This was a really fun class. I think I'm gonna probably every other week we'll do the more like super intense, like Fallon kick your booty dance intensive, and every other week do something more like this, because I think this is just so important. Go ahead and move on to the ball of the feet if you haven't done that yet. Also, I have to like really thank you, Fallon and everyone else that's been rocking these awesome like leg and booty classes, because my turnout is like insane right now, and I notoriously do not have a turn in. Go ahead and move to milking your toes. And my hip health is in a place I don't think it's ever been in my life. And that's actually really a place of a lot of problems for me. So I'm super grateful. And these classes have just done so much for my health, mentally and physically. So thank you, coaches, and thank you, students, for coming and giving us a reason to be here and do all of this with you guys. My body feels freaking amazing. We're ending on time, which is also something that's really hard for us to do. So good job, team. I see a few people had to dip out, but that's okay. Janelle probably has to dip out, it looks like.
I was gonna ask if I can extend an invitation to people to a show that I'm doing.
Yes, please.
On this Saturday, the 18th, which is World Circus Day, you guys, a Loft in Chicago is putting on a show. It is happening in your living room or your bathtub, wherever you want to watch it from. It's going to be so cool. I'm getting to perform in it, but I'm like so stunned by like the quality of people that I'm getting to perform alongside. Like it's going to be really, really excellent because they're like, who are the performers we want to bring in? We're just going to ask anybody we want in like the whole world. And it's really great. You can get your ticket by making any size donation to a Loft Circus Center. You can find them on Fractured Atlas. You can just Google a Loft and you'll find it. It's very easy. And I hope that you come to the show. I think it's going to be really fun. And it would be lovely to have you there. That's all.
What time?
It's at 8:30 Chicago time, which I think is 7:30 here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for letting me say that.
Of course. And like in general, stick around if you can take a picture. I'm sorry, you need to go. And we've been together for a long time this morning, but this platform is really a place for like coaches to be able to share what they do. And so I'm always, always, always please share what you do with the class, with the students, because we want to learn from you and we want to see what you do. So I have some performances coming up too, and I'll tell you about them when I have the date. So I will pass this off to anyone else that wants to say, any other coaches that want to say goodbye. And then Jacob and Fallon both offered to do screenshots. So I'm going to have you both do them and send them to me. And so after the last coaches say their goodbyes, if you're still here and you leave your video on, we'll take a picture.